Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing super well. So welcome to today's video. Today I wanted to put us in the spooky mood. Halloween is just around the corner and every single year I always have the same routine. The days leading up to Halloween, I always plop myself on the couch, I grab my popcorn, and I watch all of my favorite horror movies. And one of my favorite thriller movies to watch during this time of year is a movie called The Uninvited. This movie stars Emily Browning, who plays Violet in a series of unfortunate events. And it is such a good movie, you guys. The movie came out in 2009, so it's a little bit old, but I feel like it's a classic, at least for me. Now, it is a remake of the Korean film A Tale of Two Sisters, so it's not the original movie, but I still think it's pretty good. I definitely recommend that you guys watch the original and then watch this one just so you guys can get the full story from both films. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do today. I wanted us to sit down, talk about this thriller movie, and get in the spooky mood. Before we jump into it, I quickly want to thank Karma for partnering with me on today's video. Karma is a mobile app and desktop extension that helps you become a better online shopper and save you a lot of money. They have the best coupon scanner out there, so whatever you want, they will help make it yours by finding you the best deal possible. They also offer real-time stock updates so you can be notified anytime any of your favorite items come back in stock, and you can also get a cashback bonus on some of the best brands. At the end of the day, all Karma wants to do is help you become a better shopper and save money. Now, what's really exciting is that the Karma app just launched their first ever commercial. It's supposed to be funny, it's supposed to be cool, it's supposed to be mind-blowing, so let's watch it together and see what's going on. Alright, I got my Karma cup ready. Thank you, Karma, for sending this to me. It's so cute. It says Karma Premiere.
Karma is a smart shopping app that saves you so much money, it will blow your mind.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love that it's like a mystery investigation. Oh my gosh, there always has to be that like one sassy detective in every single investigation. Oops, she broke her shoe. She can buy some off the Karma app. Oh my gosh, she's debating on using it so she can buy herself new shoes. She's downloading it. Oh no, oh my gosh, is she gonna be the next victim? Okay, I love that. I thought that was such a creative commercial. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. If you're curious to know how the commercial ends, make sure to watch the full commercial over on Karma's YouTube page. I will leave the link to the video down below and let me know what you guys thought about that ending. If you guys want to download the Karma app and save some money, you can click the link in the description box down below. Thank you again to Karma for partnering with me on today's video. I have my coffee here to keep me awake, and then I have my water here to hydrate me because I already know this video is going to be super long and my voice is like a little bit raspy, so I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Let's jump right into today's video. So today's video starts off with a bonfire at the beach. There's a bunch of teenagers all over the place. They're hanging out, they're drinking, they're just having some fun. We see Anna, our main character of the movie, making out with her boyfriend in the sand, and they're getting into it. They are full-blown making out, and the boy tells Anna that he loves her and that he also has a condom. I know, right? So romantic. And he starts making out with Anna again. He's feeling up her body, and Anna pushes him away. She tells him, "Listen, Matt, I shouldn't be here." And she gets up and starts walking away. So it seems like she's not really into it. She starts leaving the bonfire, and you can tell that Matt gets a little bit annoyed by this. He's kind of upset that she stopped making out with him and that she doesn't want to go all the way. So he gets up and he starts calling after her, but she ignores him and continues walking away. Anna starts walking through the dark woods when all of a sudden she comes across 3 white garbage bags. She's looking at these garbage bags and she's kind of confused. Why are there 3 random garbage bags in the middle of the forest? It seems like they're out of place, so she bends down to open up the bags and see what's inside. And as she unties the top of the bag, a body falls out. It's the body of a little girl with red hair. And this little girl doesn't look normal. She looks all twisted up, her legs are above her head, and it just looks like she was bent in half and put inside that bag. Anna is staring at this little girl's body and she's so confused. Why is there a little girl's body inside of this garbage bag? And as she's looking at the body, the little girl quickly turns her head towards Anna and tells her, "Don't go home," but in a very very creepy and eerie way. Anna gets scared, so she starts running away, and thankfully she finally makes it home. And we can see that Anna lives on this beautiful lake house. It's a gorgeous mansion, and it even has a little boathouse a couple of feet away. Anna starts walking up to her house when all of a sudden she hears a bell ringing, and the ringing is coming from the boathouse. She starts making her way towards the boathouse, and she begins to narrate how her mother lives in the boathouse now. She got sick a few months ago, and per her request, she wanted to spend her last few days inside the boathouse. So Anna walks inside, and she sees her mother lying in bed alone. But she's not supposed to be alone. Someone is supposed to be there with her, taking care of her. Anna starts walking back inside the house, looking for her dad, and when she walks inside, she can tell that something is different. Something is wrong. It doesn't feel safe. It feels like there's an evil inside the house. Anna starts wandering around the house, looking for her dad, and she passes by his office. She can see shadows moving from underneath the doorway, so she approaches the office, and before she can open the door, the boathouse explodes. It goes up in flames, and before you know it, Anna wakes up. It was all just a dream. Now we go back to reality and we see Anna sitting down in a mental institution talking to a psychiatrist named Dr. Silberling. She's telling the doctor about how she has this reoccurring dream and she doesn't understand what it means. Why does she always have the same dream and why does it always end before she can enter the office? Also, why doesn't she remember what actually happened the night of the fire? Dr. Silberling tells her, listen, sometimes we survive by remembering, but sometimes we survive by forgetting. Your mother died in that fire, so maybe it's not a bad thing that you forget it. You've been here for 10 months now. I think you're ready to go home. Go kiss a boy, go live your life, go finish what you started. And when Anna hears that she can finally go home, she is so excited. She is filled with so much joy that she runs out of the doctor's office and starts making her way to her room. She gets to her room and starts packing up all of her belongings. While she's putting everything away, she hears a car honking from outside. She looks outside the window and it's her dad. Her dad is there and is ready to pick her up and finally bring her back home. She waves at her dad and tells him she'll be down in a moment. And when she turns around to continue packing, she's suddenly face to face with a woman. And this woman is pretty creepy. You can tell she's another patient at this mental institution. She's all up in Anna's face and she starts telling her that once she leaves the hospital, she's gonna be very lonely. Then she grabs Anna's wrists and looks at them. There must have been so much blood, wasn't there, Anna? You really think that they fixed you? And when you look down, you can see that Anna has scars on her wrists. So we can assume that after her mother died in that tragic fire, Anna tried to take her own life by cutting her wrists. And that's how she ended up here. That's how she ended up in this mental institution. Anna quickly snatches away her wrists and begins to ignore the lady. A nurse comes in to remove the creepy lady and Anna continues packing. She finally gathers all of her belongings and as she's making her way outside of the building, the creepy woman screams at Anna, "Who will I tell my stories to now?" But Anna just ignores her and continues walking away. Anna runs down the hospital steps and immediately jumps into her dad's arms. You can tell that they both really love each other and that they're both so excited to finally be reunited. They get inside the car and they start making their way back home. The dad tells Anna, "I've got a surprise for you." She says, "Please tell me it's a cheeseburger." He laughs and says, "No, not quite, but look inside the glove compartment." Anna opens up the glove compartment and she pulls out a book that says The Repose of the Sand, written by Stephen Ivers. Anna looks at the book and she says, "You finished it." And now we know that her father's name is Stephen and that he's a successful author. Anna looks so excited about the book and Stephen tells her, "Look inside the cover." And inside it says, "For my daughters, Alex and Anna." Anna looks so happy reading this, so she starts flipping through the book. Her father hands her a box of chocolate chip cookies and Anna grabs them and starts eating them. I mean, she's been away for 10 months and I don't know how hospital food is, but I'm pretty sure it's not the best. So Anna grabs a box and she's just so excited to eat these chocolate chip cookies. Stephen tells her, "Oh, you know, Rachel actually made those cookies. She wanted to come with me today, but I told her I wanted to come alone." And when he says this, you can see Anna's demeanor completely change. She went from being so excited about these chocolate chip cookies to now looking disgusted. She puts the cookie down, puts it inside the box, and moves the box away. You can tell that the name Rachel really makes her uncomfortable. And just the fact that Rachel made these cookies makes Anna not even want to eat them anymore. The pair finally makes it home and they pull up to a driveway that leads to the beautiful mansion. So they pull up into into the driveway and Anna just looks so excited. She runs out of the car, goes inside the house, and begins looking for her sister Alex. She makes her way upstairs, walks into her old bedroom, and jumps on the bed. She lays on the bed and you can tell she's just so happy to finally be back home. I'm sure the entire time she was away, the only thing that she wished was to finally go back and sleep in her own bed. So she's laying there just reminiscing and she hears some water splashing from outside. Anna gets up and looks outside the window and sees that her sister Alex is going for a swim down by the lake. So Anna puts on some summer clothes and runs downstairs to go meet with her sister. As she's making her way out, she runs into Rachel. Now Rachel is absolutely beautiful. She has gorgeous blonde hair, she looks super fit, and honestly she looks very young. Definitely way younger than her dad. And you can tell that she just came back from a run because she's covered in sweat. So she tells Anna that she can't give her a hug right now because she's all sweaty, but that she's excited that she's finally back home. She tells her that she looks so skinny and that her first order of business is to fatten her up. And as they're having this conversation, Steven walks into the house and hugs Rachel and gives her a kiss. So now we know that Rachel is dating Anna's father. And you can tell that Anna is not comfortable with this. Even though Rachel is trying to be nice to Anna and is trying to welcome her home, you can just tell that Anna is not into it, so she cuts the conversation short and tells them that she's going outside. Anna runs outside and starts making her way down to the lake. But that's when she comes across the boathouse. The same boathouse that 10 months ago went up in flames. The same boathouse where her mother died. And it starts bringing her back memories of what happened that night, and it's just too painful. She walks up to the boathouse and looks inside the window. It's empty. All of her mother's belongings are gone, as if she was never there and as if it never happened. Anna is looking inside the boathouse when all of a sudden someone jumps up from behind her and says, "Just like it never happened, right?" And Anna gets startled, but when she realizes who this is, she gets so happy and screams, "Alex, I missed you," and she runs up to hug her big sister. Now Alex, first of all, is absolutely gorgeous. She is literally like body goals, face goals, tan goals, everything. She's absolutely beautiful, but you can tell that they are the complete opposite. Anna seems more modest and shy, while Alex seems like she has a big personality and she isn't afraid to speak what's on her mind. So they look completely different, but you can also tell that they have a very good and close relationship. The sisters hug and then they head down to the dock so that they can catch up. Anna asks Alex, "When did Rachel move in?" Guess. First, she was helping him with the accident inquiry. Then she was helping him plan the funeral. And now she's helping him cope 3 times a night. And you can tell that Alex also isn't a fan of Rachel. "Hey, thanks a lot, by the way." Anna says, "Thanks for what?" "For deserting me." And Alex gets up and storms off. Anna starts telling her, "I'm sorry," but you can tell that Alex is pissed. I mean, she's been alone in this house for 10 months with her dad and his new girlfriend that neither one of them seemed to like. It must have been hard for her to deal with the loss of her mother alone while Anna was sent off to a hospital. It seems like she's mad at Anna for what she did to herself and for, in a way, abandoning her. Anna tries to calm her down and says, "Alex, you don't know what it was like in there." And Alex screams back, "She was my mother too. You could have at least written back to me. I sent you all those letters." "Wait, what do you mean? I didn't get any letters. I made you a playlist. I wrote you letters. I sent you a bunch of things." "Alex, I swear I didn't get anything. Maybe Dr. Silberling didn't want me to read your letters." You can see that Alex gets even more mad. "No, not Dr. Silberling." And she storms off and starts heading back to the house. She runs inside to her dad's office and she confronts him. She starts yelling at him about the letters and she thinks that it's him, that he's the one that didn't send the letters because he didn't want her talking to Anna. She starts yelling at Steven and says, "You probably didn't want Anna to read those letters because you didn't want her to find out about your new little girlfriend. That's probably it, right?" Her father is just sitting there. He's not really acknowledging Alex. He's kind of just ignoring her and he seems frustrated. Alex says, "Ugh, you disgust me," and then she storms out. She starts walking away into the woods and Anna tells her, "Where are you going?" as if anyone cares, and then Alex walks away. Anna walks back inside the house and sees that Rachel is inside the kitchen cooking up some lunch. So she builds up the courage to walk inside and talk to Rachel. Rachel is now showered and she's all cleaned up, so she leans in to give Anna a hug. Rachel tells her, "Listen, I know the rules state that you have to hate Dad's new girlfriend, but I'm really hoping that we can make it work." And honestly, Rachel seems genuine. She's trying to be nice to Anna and make her feel at home. I think at the end of the day, all she wanted was for Anna to accept her. Rachel goes back to cook cooking, and Anna starts looking around the kitchen. Something feels different. This doesn't feel like the kitchen she used to know before. She asks Rachel if something changed, and Rachel says, oh yeah, we ended up painting the kitchen, but that's not it. That's not what changed. Anna starts looking around the kitchen, and she remembers that something used to be hanging on the wall. Rachel, did something used to hang here? No, I don't think so. But then Anna remembers that there was something hanging there. Her mother's chalkboard. So she asks Rachel what happened to the chalkboard, and she says, oh yeah, the chalkboard. I think it's up in the attic somewhere. We put it away because we figured we didn't need to use it anymore. And Anna gets a little bit annoyed because why would they remove that? That was a chalkboard that the mother used to use to write notes for the family and to set reminders. So she doesn't understand why Rachel took the authority to remove the chalkboard. So what do you think? Do you want to help me set up the table, get everything ready for lunch? Anna says, no, that's okay. I'm actually not that hungry. And then she leaves the kitchen. She starts making her way upstairs to the attic, and she comes across her mother's old chalkboard. She finds some of her mother's dresses, and she also comes across a box that's filled with some of her mother's belongings and some old family photos. Anna sits down and she starts looking through the photos, and you can tell that this makes her emotional. I mean, these photos show her mother and how happy she was and how happy everyone else was. There's photos from when they celebrated birthdays together, from when the family went to the beach together. I mean, everyone just looked so happy. And as Anna is flipping through the photos, you can see that with each photo, her mother looks more and more ill. And Anna reaches an old Christmas photo, and you can just tell that her mother was very sick. But in the back of the photo, you can see Rachel standing there. She's posing in front of this family photo, as if she was a part of the family. Anna is looking at this photo, and you can tell that this just makes her so angry. She puts the photos away, and she ends up finding her mother's bell, the same bell she used to use to ring for help. Anna grabs the bell, and then she leaves the attic. Later that night, Anna is sitting in bed reading a book when all of a sudden she hears Rachel moaning. And you know what that means. Rachel and her dad are doing the deed. So of course, like any normal person, they don't want to hear their parent having sex. So Anna grabs her headphones and puts on some music. She ends up falling asleep, but wakes up in the middle of the night to the sound of the bell ringing, the same sound her mother would make when she would ask for help. But how can that be? The bell is right next to Anna on her nightstand. So who is ringing a bell, and where is the sound coming from? Anna sits up and she looks at her door, and she can see that there's a shadow standing outside. She says, Alex, is that you? But gets no response back. Anna freaks out, so she turns around and tries to go back to bed. But then all of a sudden, you hear someone breathing. And this breathing doesn't sound normal. It sounds paranormal. It actually kind of sounds like a zombie. So Anna hears this breathing, and she starts looking around her room again to see if someone's in there. And that's when she sees a dark figure standing in the corner of her room. This figure gets on the floor and starts crawling towards Anna. Anna starts freaking out, so she pushes herself against the headboard and she grabs the covers to protect herself. The figure starts making its way towards Anna, and you can hear it approach the edge of her bed. Then, all of a sudden, we see a bloody hand reach over Anna's bed and grab the covers. They start pulling the covers off her bed, and before the figure can reach Anna, she wakes up. It was all just a dream. Anna sits up on her bed and she's breathing heavy and she's trying to calm herself down. And then all of a sudden, Alex walks into her room and turns the light on. Are you okay? Was that you making all that noise, or was that Rachel and Dad? And then Alex plops herself on the bed laughing. Anna says she doesn't know what just happened, and she also asks Alex if she's drunk. Alex starts laughing and says, well, I went to a party and drinks were served. And she starts laughing, but then she notices that Anna has the bell on her nightstand. Where did you get that? Oh, the bell? I found it in the attic. And Alex snatches the bell and says, well, that's where it should stay. I hate that bell. Anna's a bit confused, and she starts to explain to Alex how she likes having the bell. She says that Mom used to use this bell to ask for help when she got sick and that it reminds her of her. Alex looks annoyed and says, are you kidding me? Rachel bought that bell. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, Rachel walked into a pet store, bought that bell, and tied it to Mom's wrists. And you want to know why she did that? So that she could hear our mother coming while she was busy writing Dad. And Anna gets mad about this comment, and she tells Alex that she's making this up and that she's just saying this to get back at Dad. Alex starts laughing and she says, okay, trust me, I'm way past trying to get back at Dad. You know, I might be drunk, but at least I know the truth. and then she walks away. So based on this conversation, we now know that when the girl's mother got sick, Rachel was hired to be a live-in nurse. So I can kind of understand why the girls don't like her. Imagine that your mother gets very sick and you hire a nurse to take care of her, and then your mother dies in a tragic fire, and all of a sudden the nurse that you hired is living inside your house and dating your dad. And it's only been 10 months after her death and she's already living in the house and trying to be part of the family. So I can honestly understand why the girls are mad at their dad and why they don't like Rachel. The next morning, Anna is in the kitchen hanging up the chalkboard. She's slamming the nails into the wall with a hammer and she's kind of making a big mess. Alex is just sitting in the kitchen eating an apple, watching her do this. And you can tell that this makes Alex happy. I mean, this woman, Rachel, literally came in and changed the entire house. She removed the chalkboard, she painted the kitchen, she removed everything from the boathouse. I mean, it seems like Rachel was trying to get rid of anything that reminded them of their mom. So the fact that Anna was taking a stand and hanging up this chalkboard made Alex very happy. As she's doing this, Rachel walks inside the kitchen and looks at Anna hanging up the chalkboard. She tells her, "Why don't you use a sledgehammer next time?" And you can see that Rachel is a little bit annoyed about the fact that Anna is hanging this up. Alex tells Rachel, "It looks good to me," and Rachel says, "Great, just what our little kitchen needed." And Alex can see that this is going to be an awkward conversation, so she leaves the kitchen and leaves Anna alone with Rachel. Anna starts following after her sister, but Rachel stops her and she tells her, "You know, Anna, I remember when I first came to the house to look after your mother. Alex was being crazy and was disrespecting your father, but you were different. You were quiet, you know, polite, a proper lady. And I remember thinking, she's the strong one." Rachel then goes on to explain how when she was Anna's age, she had to overcome a lot of difficult things, but she learned to become a girl that nobody fucked with. "Oh, Anna, I'm so happy that you're back. I hope it works out so that you can stay." Anna tells her, "Yes, I intend to." And then she slams the hammer down on the table and walks away. She meets up with her sister Alex outside and the girls start laughing. Oh my gosh, did you see her face? She looked so mad that you jacked up her Barbie kitchen. And they both start laughing because they hung up that chalkboard and it's obvious that it made Rachel upset. The girls head down to the lake to go in for a quick swim and then they're sitting at the dock just sunbathing and relaxing. They're hanging out there when all of a sudden they hear a small boat approaching the house. Alex gets up and says, "Oh, it's your boyfriend," and then jumps inside the lake to leave Anna alone. The boat approaches the dock and we see that it's Matt, the boy that Anna was making out with at the beginning of the movie. Matt pulls up to the dock and Anna starts helping him tie up the boat. "How are you, Anna? I tried to visit you, but they wouldn't let me go." Anna starts laughing and says, "Well, you should have slit your wrist too. We could have been roommates." And they start laughing about it and Anna tells him, "Listen, about the night of the bonfire." Matt interrupts her and says, "Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. I got very drunk that night and I apologize for my behavior. But I actually was worried about you. I ended up following you home that night." Anna says, "What? What do you mean you followed me home?" "Anna, I was here. I saw everything." And before he can tell Anna what he saw the night of the fire, Rachel appears and tells Matt, "Running a little bit late, aren't you?" And you can tell that Matt feels very uncomfortable around Rachel. He immediately stops talking and he continues unloading the groceries and gets back on the boat. Rachel tells him that he should leave and she tells Anna, "Why don't you grab some of the boxes and help me bring them up? Then go meet me in the kitchen because your father's starving." And they start making their way back to the main house, but Anna turns around to look at Matt. And he's now driving away in his boat, staring back at her. Now Anna is just confused by this interaction. What was Matt trying to tell her? What did he see the night that her mother died? And also, why did Rachel interrupt them? Why doesn't she want her talking to Matt? This entire interaction just seemed very strange. Later that night, Anna, Alex, their dad, and Rachel are sitting in the living room watching TV like a family. Rachel and Steven are sitting on the couch, they're cuddling, they're eating popcorn, they're feeding each other the popcorn, and they're just being very lovey-dovey. Alex and Anna are sitting across from them, and they're staring at the couple in disgust. The girls just seem so grossed out by this relationship, and Anna can't even stand looking at them, so she gets up and she starts walking back to her room. She's making her way upstairs when she passes by her father's office. She sees that there's someone moving around inside. Everyone that lives in that house is literally sitting in the living room watching TV. So who's inside her dad's office moving around? Anna gets curious, so she walks into the office, but it's empty. There's no one there. Then, all of a sudden, she hears the bell ringing, her mother's bell, and it's coming from the boathouse. Anna follows the sound, and when she walks inside the boathouse, the ringing stops. However, in the corner of the room, there's a blood a dark figure sitting there. And the dark figure gets up and starts walking towards Anna. And as the dark figure starts getting closer to Anna, we can see that this figure is actually her mother, and that this is how she looked like after the fire. Her body is all burnt up and her face is all burnt, and she's getting closer to Anna and she starts screaming and pointing out the window. She's pointing towards the main house and she starts screaming, "Kill her, kill her." And then all of a sudden, the lights in the room turn on and Alex comes running in. "Anna, are you okay?" Anna gets up and tells her that she just had this weird vision with their mother and that something doesn't seem right. Her mother's trying to tell her something. Anna tells her, "I don't think the fire was an accident. It was her. Rachel killed our mother." The next morning, the girls are looking out the window, staring at their dad and Rachel. The couple is just having some breakfast on the terrace, and the girls are just looking at them, and they get so grossed out. They sit down in the bathtub, and they start talking about Anna's vision. Anna stops her and says, "Okay, maybe we're jumping to conclusions. Girl, are you kidding me? You're the one that had a creepy dream about our dead mother who was pointing the finger at dad's new creepy girlfriend. So don't tell me that we're jumping to conclusions. Anna, that tap didn't leak. Rachel turned it on. She killed our mother and she's not going to get away with it." And as they're saying this, they hear a knock on the bathroom door. The girls start freaking out and they're asking each other, "Do you think she heard us? I don't know." Rachel says, "I'm going into town to do a little bit of shopping. Do you want to come with me, get some retail therapy, have a girls' day?" And Alex looks grossed out, so she says, "No, I'm a little bit hungover, but Anna wants to go." And Anna starts shushing her and telling her, "No, I don't want to go." Alex tells her, "You have to. You have to go into town so that you can speak to Matt and see what happened the night of the fire. You go keep Rachel busy and I'll look through her things while you're gone." Anna agrees with the plan and she starts getting ready to go into town with Rachel. Rachel and Anna start driving into town and they end up going to eat at a diner that's right across the street from the grocery store where Matt works at. Rachel and Anna are just sitting there awkwardly, and you can tell that they don't really have that much to talk about. Rachel is just sitting there looking at the menu and she starts playing with the pearl necklace around her neck. She notices that Anna is staring at the pearls, so she says, "My one good piece of jewelry." Anna asks her, "Where did you get it?" "Oh, someone gave it to me a long time ago." "An old boyfriend?" And you can see that Rachel's face completely changes. "No, actually, an old patient of mine gave it to me." "Oh, well, it sounds like you had a really nice job." And Rachel seems annoyed by that comment. She says, "You know, Anna, I used to wipe old people's asses for a living. And let me assure you, they all weren't as beautiful as your mom. But do you want to know how I got through it? It's terrible, but no matter how condescending they were, no matter how badly they treated me, no matter how badly they smelled, I always told myself that they'll be dead very, very soon. You know, Anna, we all have things in our past that we're ashamed of." And then Rachel starts going on a tangent, but at this point, Anna has zoned out. She's having another vision. She sees the little girl with the red hair, the one from the start of the movie that she saw inside the garbage bag. And this little girl is sitting at the diner's bar with two little boys. The little girl turns her stool towards Anna and just stares at her. Anna starts freaking out because she doesn't understand why she keeps imagining this little girl. She's never met this girl in her life before. She has no idea who this is. So why does she keep appearing? And then all of a sudden, Rachel snaps her out of it and tells her, "Hello, Anna, are you okay?" Anna jumps back into reality and says, "Yeah, I'm fine. We have some shopping to do, right?" The pair walks across the street and goes inside the grocery store. Rachel is in line waiting to buy some meat, and Anna is looking around trying to see if Matt is working. And he is. She sees him towards the back of the store, so she tells Rachel that she's gonna go grab some milk. So she makes her way over to Matt and she tells him, "The fire wasn't an accident, right? Will you help us, please?" Matt says, "Yes, I'll tell you everything. Meet me tonight at 11 p.m. at the Rocks." And before they can continue the conversation, Rachel walks up to them and says, "Couldn't find the milk, huh? Matt, you don't need to be delivering groceries to our house anymore. That'll be my job from now on." And then she pulls Anna away. Rachel and Anna get back home and they pull up to the driveway. Steven is there throwing some garbage away in the bin and he sees the girls pull up and he looks happy. He's happy that Anna and Rachel were spending some time together, so he asks Rachel how it went and she says, "Oh, it was great. We told each other all of our little secrets." And Anna thanks her for the lunch and then walks inside the house. She walks upstairs and she finds Alex in their dad and Rachel's bedroom. Alex is going through Rachel's belongings and they come across her lingerie drawer and they start pulling out all of these lingerie pieces, and the girls get grossed out because she has a million pieces and they just don't want to think about Rachel and their dad doing the deed. So they start putting the clothes away and Alex asks Anna, "Did you talk to Matt?" "Yes, I did. We're meeting him at the Rocks tonight at 11 p.m. "Okay, good. Now follow me. Look what I found." And Alex starts leading Anna into the master bathroom. She pulls out a dildo dough and she starts playing with it, waving it around in Anna's face. Anna gets grossed out, so they try to put the dildo back into the drawer, but it won't close. They start wiggling it around and they end up finding a black bag. They open up the bag and inside they see a bunch of needles and tranquilizers. Alex is looking at this and she says, "Wow, that's enough to tranquilize a horse." And Anna says, "Or us." And they put the black bag back inside the drawer, but before they leave, Alex takes the batteries out of the dildo and puts it away. She says, "Party's over, Rach." And I thought that scene was so funny. It's totally Alex's personality. So fast forward to later that night. It's now 11 p.m. and the girls start getting ready to sneak out and meet Matt at the rocks. They get there right on time and they start calling out for Matt, but he isn't there yet. So they sit on the rock and they wait. A couple of hours pass by and he still hasn't shown up. Anna starts to get worried. She starts telling Alex, what if something happened to him? And they continue waiting and waiting, but Matt never showed up. They go back home and the sisters are laying together in Anna's bed. You can tell that Anna is freaking out. Alex tries to calm her down and tells her, "It's okay, we'll find him tomorrow." And then she tells Anna that she's going to bed. "No, please, can you stay with me until I fall asleep?" Alex says, "Ugh, if I had $10 for every time you said that." And she climbs back into bed and curls up with her sister. They end up falling asleep, and a couple of hours later, Anna wakes up when she hears Matt climbing through her bedroom window. She runs up to Matt and says, "Matt, where were you? And why are you all wet?" "Oh, I don't know. I think I must have fell and hurt my back. Listen, I'm sorry I didn't meet up with you, but I think you deserve to know what happened the night of the fire." As he's talking to Anna, he starts shaking. Anna tries to calm him down and she asks him what's wrong. "I don't know. I can't feel anything and I'm scared." Anna starts comforting him and she tells him not to be scared. He leans in for a kiss and they start making out. He starts feeling up Anna's body and she starts feeling up his back. She starts rubbing up and down Matt's back when all of a sudden she feels his spine popping out and she freaks out. "Matt, what happened to your back?" Matt's body starts contorting and he starts falling to the ground and he yells at Anna, "Your mom tried to warn me, but I didn't listen to her." And his whole body starts twisting and his spine is breaking and it's just a very gross scene. He falls to the ground and starts crawling towards Anna, yelling at her saying, "Please don't let go of me, please." And Anna starts freaking out, so she runs out of her bedroom and then she wakes up. It was all just a dream. She's standing there trying to calm down and recover from this horrific dream when all of a sudden she hears a helicopter hovering over the lake. She runs outside and she sees that the lake is filled with police. There's divers inside the water and they begin pulling out a body. It's Matt. He's dead. The sheriff approaches Anna because he knows that they used to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So he goes over to comfort Anna and he tells her, "Listen, we're going to do a thorough investigation, but we believe that he was on his boat and he accidentally hit a patch of timber. He fell out and he broke his back." Anna starts freaking out in her head because she remembers the dream that she just had with Matt, where he was soaking wet and he was telling her that his back was hurting. Alex, Anna, and their dad start making their way back to the house and Rachel greets them at the doorway. She tells Anna, "Oh, it's just so terrible. Why don't you come inside? Let me make you some breakfast. You need to eat." And she walks inside to start making the breakfast, and before her dad can follow her, Anna tells him, "Dad, wait. Listen, Matt just wasn't in the water last night. He was coming to see me." "Anna, what happened to Matt isn't your fault." Alex interrupts her dad and says that's not what she's trying to say. And before they can continue talking, Rachel comes out from the kitchen and says, "Will one of you come inside to help me?" And the dad starts going inside to help out, but Anna tells him to wait. Alex says, "I'll go," and she walks inside the kitchen to help Rachel. "I saw Matt in town yesterday. He told me that he saw what happened the night of the fire. And Rachel overheard us talking and she told me that she didn't want me to talk to him anymore." He says, "Why would Rachel want that?" Anna hesitates and before she can tell him, Rachel comes out from the kitchen and shouts out, "Is everything okay out there?" Yeah, we'll be in just a minute." "Okay, sweetheart. I know this is difficult, but please don't do this." And then he walks away and walks into the kitchen. And honestly, this dad is something else. I kind of feel bad for the girls. I mean, they're trying to talk to their dad about what's really going on. They're trying to go to him for comfort and he kind of just blows them off. He seems more interested in making his girlfriend happy than listening to what his daughters have to say. Anna runs upstairs to the bathroom and starts crying. I mean, she just saw her boyfriend's body get pulled out of the water. And the only reason he was even in the water in the first place was because he was coming to meet her. She just feels very heartbroken, and in a way she feels guilty. "Are you okay?" Alex asks her. "No, I'm not okay. And I'm not crazy either. I saw Matt last night. He came to visit me and he told me that mom was trying to warn him." Alex tells her, "That's not possible. There's no way he was in your room last night." Anna gets frustrated and says, "Look," and she pulls out her hands and shows her the bruises that she has on her wrists. The bruises that Matt left her when he was holding on to her and telling her not to let go. Alex is looking at the bruises and realizes that Anna is telling the truth. She sits down on the edge of the bathtub and says, "Okay, now I'm afraid." "Alex, you don't need to be afraid of me. I'm not crazy. They're not going to send me back to the institution." "No, I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid for us. Anna, we're the last thing standing between what Rachel really wants. Come on, we need to go find the truth about who Rachel truly is." So the girls start digging into Rachel's background. They steal her driver's license, they take her passport, they grab her social security number, they find any piece of identification that she has, and they start calling around. They end up calling the State Nursing Association, and when they ask about Rachel Summers, the Nursing Association tells them that they don't have a record of her. They don't have a record of a Rachel Summers. And that's when the girls say, "Bingo. We got her." Now, on this specific night, Rachel and Steven are hosting a very fancy dinner party. They invited Steven's book agent to the house and a couple of other fancy, high-status people. So Rachel has been freaking out all day, trying to prepare this dinner and trying to make sure that the house looks perfect for the guests. So she's sitting down at her vanity, putting on her makeup, and getting ready for the party. Anna walks into her room and Rachel tells her, "Anna, come in. You know, you have very beautiful lips. You just don't know what to do with them." And Anna sits down at the vanity with Rachel. Rachel starts applying lipstick on Anna's lips and tells her, "You know, guys will go on about a woman's eyes, but that's bullshit. What they really want is a girl with a pretty mouth." And she finishes applying the lipstick and turns Anna to the mirror. Anna's looking at herself in the mirror and she likes the lipstick. And she's looking at herself in the mirror when all of a sudden she sees a pearl necklace. Rachel notices that Anna is staring at the pearl necklace. "You seem really interested in those. Do you want to wear them tonight?" "Oh, no, I shouldn't." "No, come on, wear them. It'll be fun." Rachel grabs the pearls and starts putting them around Anna's neck. As she's doing this, Anna tells her, "What's your real name, Rachel?" And you can see Rachel's face completely change. "What did you say?" "I called the State Nursing Association. They don't have a record of a Rachel Summers. Your social security number is for someone named Rachel, but she's a school teacher in New Orleans, and she died 5 years ago. So who are you?" And the look on Rachel's face is absolutely terrifying. She begins tightening the necklace around Anna's neck and tells her, "You know what, Anna? I don't think this is going to work." And then she snatches the necklace off her neck. Anna gets up and starts walking away. "Where do you think you're going?" "To talk to my father." "Oh, well, there's no need. We already talked about it. We've actually been talking to Dr. Silberling about your behavior. He's worried about you, Anna. He's beginning to think that it was a mistake letting you out." Rachel walks closer to Anna and tells her, "You won't take this away from me. I won't let you. Now get out. I have guests coming." And then slams a door in Anna's face. Now, this is the first time that we're seeing Rachel break character. Before this, she had always been very kind to Anna. She was welcoming, she was friendly, she was trying to make the relationship work. But now that Anna is asking questions about who she truly is, Rachel gets angry. So the dinner party begins, and you already know some shit is about to go down. Everyone looks very dressed up for this dinner party, and you can tell that these are all very high status people. Rachel is running around trying to be the perfect host, filling up people's drinks, serving them appetizers, and just trying to fit the role. You can tell that she's not used to hanging around these type of people and that she's trying to do her best to fit in. Alex and Anna are dreading this party, and Alex says, "Listen, I'm gonna need some alcohol to survive the night." So she goes off to find some drinks, and Anna goes to talk to her father. Her father tells her that she looks beautiful tonight, and she also asks Anna if she could help Rachel out. He's worried that Rachel is in over her head, and he wants Rachel to fit in with these people. So he asks Anna if he could please do her the favor of helping her out. And Anna agrees because she wants to make her dad happy. So she walks over to the kitchen and asks Rachel if she needs any help. Rachel looks a bit hesitant, but she accepts the help. She asks Anna to open up the oven, and she pulls out this juicy roast. It honestly looks really good. So she puts the roast on the table, and she grabs some glasses of champagne and tells Anna to take out the trash. Anna takes out the garbage bag and places it on the floor. She walks over to the drawer to get a new bag, and that's when she hears something moving from inside the garbage bag. Anna walks closer to the bag, she opens it, and she looks inside. But there's nothing there, just a bunch of garbage. A can accidentally falls out of the bag and rolls underneath the oven. Anna bends down to clean up the mess that she made, and she tries to reach underneath the oven to grab the can. But all of a sudden, the little girl with the red hair pops out of the oven and lunges towards Anna. Anna falls back and she ends up hitting the table, dropping the roast to the floor. The little girl tells Anna, "You're next." Anna is freaking out, she's screaming, and Rachel runs inside. She sees the mess that Anna made, and she sees the roast on the floor. She starts screaming at Anna, saying, "What are you trying to do to me? What did you do?" And in that moment, Anna's dad and Alex walk in and they see the chaos. Alex tries to defend her sister, but you can tell that the dad is just pissed. He's so disappointed in his daughter for creating this chaos. Everyone at the dinner party is listening to Rachel freak out about the roast, and of course, this looks bad in front of them. And instead of being understanding and realizing that this was just an accident, Anna's dad is just so disappointed in her and tells her to go straight to her room. After all the guests leave the party, Anna walks into her dad's office to try to explain to him what happened. She says, "Dad, there's a reason for what happened tonight. It's Rachel. She's not telling you the truth. She's lying." Steven starts defending his new girlfriend and tells Anna that all Rachel is trying to do is make this family work. Anna says, "No, Dad, she isn't making this work. She just wants you all for herself. God, if only Mom could see you now defending that bitch that's trying to tear us apart." He says, "Rachel isn't the one that's tearing us apart. You know, maybe we should talk to Dr. Silberling about this." "Oh yeah, because I'm crazy, right?" "No, that's not what I was trying to say." And before he can continue talking, Rachel interrupts him and says, "Dad, why aren't you wearing your wedding ring? Are you gonna marry her? Tell me, are you gonna marry her?" "Yes, I'm gonna marry her. We're supposed to get married this fall. She wanted to go out of town, but I want to have the wedding here for all of us." And you can see that Anna's heart just completely breaks. She sits back on his desk and she starts crying. "You know, Anna, I'm not ashamed to be happy again. I'm not ashamed." And then he walks out of the office and leaves Anna sitting there by herself, crying. Honestly, this dad is something else. I understand that people deserve to find happiness and that they should be able to move on and, find love again. But it's only been 10 months since his wife died in a tragic accident. And based on what we've seen, it looks like he was in a relationship with Rachel while his wife was still alive. So he's not really a good person. Of course, this is going to break Anna and Alex's heart. I mean, how can their dad be moving on so quickly and getting married to this woman? This woman who, in their eyes, tore their family apart. The next morning, Anna and Alex are standing in the driveway and they're waving goodbye to their dad. He's going on a business trip to New York to talk about his new book. So now it's just going to be Alex, Anna, and Rachel all alone in the house. They wave goodbye to their dad and Rachel comes up behind them and says, "We're going to be late for Matt's funeral. Go wear something nice. I want to look like a family." At the funeral, Alex and Anna are crying over the loss of their friend. They're just completely heartbroken and again, they feel like it's their fault. Anna is staring down at Matt's grave, but when she looks up, she sees that Rachel is staring directly at her, and she's giving her this very cold and eerie look. Rachel bends down to leave a rose on Matt's grave, and as she's bending down, the little girl with the red hair is standing behind her. She starts walking away, so Anna decides to follow her. The little girl leads Anna to a gravesite, and when Anna reads the names on the tombs, it says David Wright, Samuel Wright, and Iris Wright. And we can assume that these are the names of the 3 children that Anna keeps imagining. The little girl with the red hair is Iris, and the 2 boys that she's with are her brothers, David and Samuel. When the girls get home later that day, they go on Google and they begin to investigate these names. They come across an article that says, "Local children brutally murdered." They start reading the article and they realize that a woman named Mildred Kemp was working as a nanny for the 3 children. However, after their mother died in a tragic accident, Mildred became romantically obsessed with the father. She wanted to have the father all to herself, so she ended up brutally stabbing the 3 children. And according to the article, she has never been caught. The girls are looking at the family photo and they see that the mother was wearing a pearl necklace, the same one that Rachel has. So the girls read all of this and they begin to make the connection. Maybe that's why Anna keeps imagining the 3 children. They're trying to warn her and let her know that if she doesn't act fast, she's going to end up just like them. And the storyline makes sense. Mildred was a nanny that became obsessed with the husband and the wife just happened to die in a car accident. And then she went ahead and killed the children, all so that she could have the husband to herself. What if that's what Rachel is trying to do now? What if Rachel is obsessed with their father and she's the one that caused the fire and killed their mother? And now she's trying to kill the girls so that she can finally have Steven all to herself. The girls are discussing this in their bedroom and they're trying to figure out a plan on how they can expose Rachel. And as they're talking about this, we see Rachel standing in the doorway listening to their conversation. Now she knows. She knows that the girls know the truth and that they're planning to expose her. So the girls make a plan and they start putting it into action. They need to get that pearl necklace. That's the only proof that they have to show that Rachel Summers is Mildred Kemp. The girls start walking up to Rachel's bedroom so that they can go inside and grab the necklace. But it's locked. They peek through the keyhole and they can see that the necklace is on her vanity. So Alex starts climbing out of the hallway window and she tells Anna to run downstairs to grab the car keys and to wait for her. She's going to climb on the roof and sneak into the bedroom through the window. Anna runs downstairs and she grabs the car keys. But in that moment, she hears Alex scream. So she runs back upstairs and starts making her way to Rachel's bedroom. She sees that the door is now wide open. So she walks inside the bedroom, walks up to the vanity and sees that the necklace is gone. What are you looking for? Are you looking for these? And Anna turns around and sees Rachel standing behind her holding the pearl necklace. You should take them. Please, they mean nothing to me. Anna starts screaming at her and says, "We know everything, Rachel. We know everything." "Oh, I guess you caught me. Here, take the necklace." Anna goes to grab the necklace, and as she's about to reach them, Rachel pulls out a syringe from behind her back and tries to inject Anna. Anna starts fighting back, and they start tussling, and Rachel ends up pushing Anna against the vanity. Anna slams against the vanity, shattering the mirror and dropping everything to the floor. She grabs a perfume bottle that fell to the ground and starts smashing it against Rachel's head. Rachel falls back to the ground, and she drops the pearl necklace. Anna gets up, grabs the necklace, and starts running away. She heads to her own bedroom to hide, but it's locked. She doesn't know where else to go. She's standing in the hallway when all of a sudden Rachel gets up and starts walking slowly towards her. "Anna, I don't want to hurt you. This isn't how I wanted it. You can make this easy." And then she charges towards Anna, so Anna quickly runs over to Alex's bedroom and she slams the door shut on Rachel's hand, which makes her drop the syringe. Anna turns around and she sees that Alex is lying on the bedroom floor. Rachel drugged her. Alex is in and out of consciousness and you can tell that she's drowsy, but she asks Anna if she got the necklace. "Yes, I got the necklace." "Okay, good. You need to go to Sheriff Emroy. He'll believe you." "No, I can't leave you alone. Just go, I'll be fine." And you can hear Rachel pounding on the door trying to get inside. Anna realizes that they don't have much time. So Anna tells her sister that she promises she'll be back for her and she climbs out the bedroom window and goes outside. She makes her way to the car, gets inside, turns on the engine and begins driving away. However, it stops. There's something wrong with the car. She tries to start the engine again, but in that moment, Rachel jumps in front of the car and tries to open the passenger door. Anna finally is able to turn on the car and she drives away, dragging Rachel. Anna makes it to the sheriff's office and she explains everything. She talks about Mildred Kemp, how Rachel is lying about who she is, how Rachel is trying to kill her, and how Rachel just tried to drug her. The sheriff is sitting there listening to all of this and he says, "Wait, I remember Mildred Kemp. She was that nanny that killed the kids, right?" "Yes, and Rachel is Mildred Kemp. She's trying to kill us. You have to help us, please." And then she slams a pearl necklace onto the sheriff's table to basically show him, "Look, here's the proof that she's Mildred Kemp." The sheriff looks at the pearl necklace and he tells Anna, "Okay, listen, you wait here. I'm gonna go run a background check on Rachel and we'll sort this entire thing out." "No, please, you can't leave me. You have to go back to the house. Alex is still there and I'm scared that Rachel's going to hurt her." And when she says this, the sheriff's face changes. At first, it looked like he believed her, but now he just looks confused. He stares at Anna and he tells her, "Okay, just wait right here. Nothing's gonna happen to anybody." And then he grabs his coat and walks out of his office. Anna sits down on the couch and does a sigh of relief. She just feels so happy that she finally told someone the truth and that they believe her. She sits back on the couch and she ends up falling asleep. When she wakes up, she sees a woman sitting in a chair in front of her. And it kind of looks like her mom. Her mom gets up and starts walking towards Anna. But as she gets closer to her, we realize that it isn't her mom. It's Rachel. Rachel and the sheriff hold Anna down and she tells her, "You're gonna sleep now." And then she begins to inject her with a syringe. Anna starts screaming and says, "No, please, don't believe her. Please help me." But the sheriff holds her down and Rachel finally injects her fully. Rachel sighs and tells the sheriff, "Thank you." And you can tell that the sheriff is just so confused by this entire situation. We then see Rachel bring Anna Anna back home and she's carrying her up the stairs. Anna is in and out of consciousness, and you can tell that she's getting drowsy from the injection. Rachel takes Anna to her bedroom and she plops her down on the bed. Then she begins to undress Anna. Anna is sitting there trying to scream, but she can't. As Rachel is undressing Anna, she tells her, "You know, Anna, I can never have children of my own. Did I ever tell you that? Well, it's never stopped me from imagining what it would be like to have a daughter of my own. But now you've taken that away from me." And as she's talking and undressing Anna, Anna looks around the room to see if she can find anything to help her. And she looks over at her nightstand and she sees that there's a knife there. She tries to reach for the knife, but Rachel stops her. "Careful now, you don't want to hurt yourself." She starts dressing Anna in this white gown, and as Anna is seeing her do this, she sees Alex creeping behind Rachel and she's telling her to not make any noise. And then Anna blacks out. When she wakes up, she's lying in bed wearing the white gown. She looks around the room and sees that both Rachel and Alex are gone. And the house is quiet, eerily quiet. So she gets up out of bed and she sees that there's a trail of blood leading from her bedroom. She follows the trail of blood and it leads her into the hallway, down the stairs, through the living room, and outside. She continues following the trail outside and it leads her to the garbage bin. And then the trail ends. Anna opens up the garbage bin and she can see blood. She removes one of the garbage bags and that's when she sees Rachel's body. Rachel's dead. Anna jumps back and that's when Alex appears covered in blood and holding a knife. "Anna, we tried everything. I had to do it, didn't I?" Anna starts yelling at her and says, "Alex, what did you do? I had to, didn't I? I had to do this." Anna runs up and hugs her sister and tells her that everything will be okay and that she'll always be there for her. And in that moment, their dad pulls up to the driveway. He's back from his business trip. He gets out of the car and starts running towards Anna. Alex starts yelling at the dad and says, "I know you don't believe me, but Rachel killed Mom. You never listened to me, but please, you have to believe us." "It's true, Dad. Alex is telling the truth. Rachel is not who you think she is. She planned this. She made sure that you were out of town and then she tried to kill us. She drugged me. She drugged Alex." And the dad just stops and stares at Anna. "What did you say?" "She was gonna kill us. Alex had to do it. Come on, Alex, tell him. Tell him why you did it." The dad starts walking closer to Anna and tells her, "You know what happened to your sister, Anna? She died. She died in that fire over a year ago. What have you done?" Alex starts screaming, "No, don't believe him. He's a liar." And Anna is just looking around so confused and the dad is screaming at her, "What have you done? What have you done?" And when Anna looks over at Alex, she's gone. She's alone. She looks down at the ground and realizes that it's her. She's the one covered in blood and she's the one holding the knife. She looks over at her reflection in the window and sees Alex. "Alex?" And she starts walking towards the reflection, but as soon as she gets into the light, she realizes that Alex isn't there. It's just her. The dad runs up to Anna and starts shaking her and says, "What did you mean the fire wasn't an accident? Tell me, what happened that night?" And Anna pushes him away and says, "Get away from me," and then she runs back inside the house. And that's when she gets a flashback of what really happened the night of the fire. We go back to the night of the bonfire. Anna is sitting in the sand making out with her boyfriend Matt. He tells her the same line of how he has a condom and how he loves her. Anna gets up and starts walking away. When she gets home, she walks inside the kitchen and she sees that there are 2 wine glasses and plates sitting on the dining room table. It looks like someone just had a very romantic dinner. But who? Her mother is in the boathouse sick and she can't move. So who was having this dinner? She starts wandering around the house looking for her dad. She passes by her dad's office and sees that there are shadows moving beneath the doorway. So she goes up to the door and she looks through the keyhole. And that's when she sees her dad and Rachel having sex. This makes Anna so angry. How could he do this to them? Their mother is out there in the boathouse all by herself, sick, and he's inside having sex with the nurse that's supposed to be taking care of their mother. She was so angry at her dad, but even more angry at Rachel. She hated her dad and she hated Rachel, and she wanted to get revenge on them. So she makes her way outside, walks over to the boathouse, grabs a watering can, and starts filling it up with gas. As she's doing this, Alex walks into the boathouse. You can tell that Alex is a little bit drunk, and she tells Anna that a couple of the boys from the bonfire want to come back and hang out at the house. And Anna is still filling up the can with gas, and she tells Alex, "This isn't our house anymore," and she storms off. And because she was so distracted and angry, she left the gas running. Anna pushes Alex to the side and she tells her, "What's wrong?" And Anna says, "They can all burn in hell." And she starts making her way back up to the main house. Alex decides to follow after her and she slams the door shut. and this causes a candle to fall onto the ground. So Alex starts chasing after her sister, but in that moment, she hears the bell ring. It's her mother. She's asking for help, so Alex tells her, "Coming, Mom," and then she walks inside the boathouse. Within a few seconds, the boathouse explodes. It goes up in flames and both Alex and their mother die, all because Anna had left the gas running. So now that we know what really happened the night of the fire, we start to get flashbacks of all the times that Anna and Alex were together. Anytime Anna was talking to Alex, she was talking to no one. Alex was never there. When she was sitting down by the dock sunbathing, Alex wasn't there. When she was in the kitchen hanging up the chalkboard, Alex was never there. When she was sitting in the bathtub trying to figure out a plan on how to expose Rachel, Alex was never there. She imagined her the entire time. That's why we really never saw Rachel or Steven interacting with Alex. The one scene where Alex is yelling at her dad for not sending Anna the letters, you can see that the dad is sitting there, but he never once acknowledges Alex. He never once replies to her. He never once looks at her. He never does anything. He's just sitting there, but Anna imagined the entire situation. We also get a flashback from the night that Matt died. Anna did end up meeting him at the rocks. He told her that the night of the bonfire, he followed after her, and he saw her filling up the watering can with gas. So he was telling Anna that he knew that the fire was her fault. And Anna just didn't want to accept this. She didn't want to accept that she's the one that caused her mother and sister's death. So she pushes Matt off the rocks. Matt grabs onto her hands and tells her, "Please don't let go." But she does. She lets go and Matt falls into the water, breaking his back as he hit the rocks. That's why she had those bruises on her wrists, and that's why she had that dream of Matt visiting her and, being soaking wet and complaining about his back. Because she caused that. She killed Matt. Lastly, remember how Rachel was undressing Anna and Anna was trying to reach for the knife on the nightstand? Well, she actually did get it. Rachel didn't stop her. She grabbed the knife and then brutally stabbed Rachel to death. Anna was a killer all along. The next morning, the police and the ambulance arrived to retrieve Rachel's body and to arrest Anna for her murder. Steven is standing in her bedroom, just staring out at Anna through the window. Sheriff Emroy walks into the bedroom and tells Steven, "I noticed the name Rachel has doesn't match her license." Oh yeah, she had her name changed a few years ago because she was trying to hide from an abusive ex. "Oh, well, your daughter somehow got the idea that Rachel was actually Mildred Kemp. Do you know why your daughter would make this up?" And Steven says, "I don't know." And then he looks out the window and sees his daughter get handcuffed and put inside the back of a police car. Anna gets into the back seat and stares back at her dad. And the look that she gives him is very eerie. It doesn't look like she's sad about what happened. It doesn't look like she regrets what she did. In fact, she looks satisfied. Even happy, like she knows what she did and she isn't mad about it. Now, Anna is back at the mental hospital. She's sitting down at her desk and we can see her carving out Rachel's face from a family photo. Dr. Silberling passes by Anna's room and he asks her, "Are you okay?" And Anna turns to him and she looks kind of happy. She says, "I did exactly what you asked." "Did what, Anna?" And she smiles at him and says, "I finished what I started." And you can see Dr. Silberling's face completely changed. He realizes what Anna has done. So he walks away and we see Anna get up and start looking across the hallway at her neighbor. It's the same woman from earlier, the creepy woman from the start of the movie. And you can see the woman staring back at Anna and she tells her, "Welcome home." And then you see her holding the pearl necklace and closing the door. When the door shuts, we see that her nameplate says Mildred Kemp. And we end the movie with Anna smiling at the audience. I know. The movie was so good. Like, I was not expecting that ending. I remember the first time that I watched it, I never once suspected that Alex wasn't real. I never once suspected that Anna was actually the crazy person. I actually had to rewatch it a second time just so I could understand. And once you rewatch it a second time, you kind of do begin to notice that all of the interactions with Alex are just Anna. No one else ever talks to her. No one else ever brings up her name. Nothing. So it's really interesting when you rewatch it and you kind of start figuring things out a little bit better. But yeah, what did you guys think about that ending? I know there's a lot of ways that you can interpret the ending, but the way that I understood it is that Anna was crazy all along. At the start of the movie, when she's talking to Dr. Silberling, she's talking about how she always has this reoccurring dream and that she can't remember what really happened the night of the fire. I think that was all a lie. I think she was playing Dr. Silberling all along. And when he tells her that she can leave and to go finish what she started, when you rewatch the movie, you can see that Anna kind of gives a little smirk. Like maybe she's acknowledging acknowledging that, yes, I am gonna go finish what I started. And so when she goes back home and she starts imagining Alex, I think that she was doing that on purpose. I think she wanted people to think that she was crazy because she knew at the end she was going to kill Rachel. And she didn't want to go back to jail. She would rather go back to the mental institution. So she was playing everyone all along, including the audience. That's why at the end of the movie, when Dr. Silberling asks her if she's okay, she says, yes, I finished what I started. Because remember, she had tried to kill Rachel once before, and now she had finally done it. That was her revenge and her plan all along. She wanted to get back at her dad, so she knew that she was never going to be free for that long. That's why when she's in the cop car and she's staring back at her dad, she kind of gives him a little smirk. She looks satisfied because she realized that she finally got revenge on her dad. He cheated on their sick mother and tried to marry the nurse that was supposed to take care of their sick mom. Anna wasn't going to allow that. Now, as for Mildred Kemp was real. That article that she was reading that was talking about the 3 kids that were brutally murdered, that was a real story. But that article was dated from 1996, and this movie takes place in 2008. So the article stated that Mildred Kemp hadn't been caught yet. But she had. She had eventually been caught by police and she was put in that mental institution. She was Anna's neighbor. So at the start of the movie, when Mildred tells her, who will I tell my stories to now? We can assume that Mildred told her all about how she killed the children and about, how she was trying to marry the husband and all of this stuff. So that's how Anna got that story in her mind in the first place. So she knew all along that Rachel wasn't Mildred Kemp and that Rachel hadn't killed her mother. But she just wanted to adapt the story into Rachel's life so that she would have a reason to kill her and to fear her. Honestly, this is the theory that I believe in the most. I 100% believe that Anna knew exactly what she was doing from the start. Also, when Anna was telling the police officer about how Alex was still at home and how she was worried that Rachel was going to kill her, she said that on purpose. She wanted the sheriff to know that she was imagining her dead sister. So yeah, that's the way I understood it, but other people have different ways that they view it. Some people view it as Anna was actually mentally ill. Like she actually was imagining her sister. She was imagining the entire Mildred Kemp situation. She really believed that Rachel was evil and she really thought that Rachel had killed her mother. So she was mentally ill and her own delusions caused all of this. And I also don't think that Rachel was evil. Yes, she's terrible because she was having an affair with a married man, specifically with a man whose wife she was supposed to look after. So I do think that was bad of her and I do think that's very gross, but I don't think that she was actually evil and she was trying to hurt Anna. Remember when Anna and Alex were in the office talking about Mildred Kemp and talking about how they were going to expose Rachel? Well, Rachel was standing in the doorway listening to this conversation, but she was listening to Anna talk to herself. That's why she looked concerned and that's why she wanted to sedate Anna, because she thought that she was having a breakdown. It wasn't because she was scared that Anna was going to expose her. It's because she was concerned for Anna's mental health. So all of the interactions that Anna had with Rachel where she was being mean to her or was being sarcastic or, being a little bit condescending, that was all in her head. Rachel was never mean to her. She was actually very nice and was trying to make the relationship work. Now, there's also some people that don't see any sympathy with Rachel or with Steven, and they feel like Rachel got what she deserved, which again, I understand. I do think that they are bad people. I mean, the father is just terrible. Like, how are you cheating on your wife when she's literally sitting in the boathouse sick? But as for Rachel, I don't think that people should die just because they were a mistress. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think people should be brutally murdered just because of that. But again, there are some people that are happy with the ending and feel like Rachel and Steven finally got what they deserved. Anyways, I would love to know what you guys think about this movie and how you guys interpreted the ending. I think these type of videos are super fun and I love watching thriller movies, so I think it would be cool if maybe once a month or every once in a while I did a video like this where we just sat down, talked about a thriller story and just had some fun. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed this video and if you guys have watched The Uninvited before. Thank you guys again so much for being here and listening to today's video. Again, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can join the familia, and please give this video a thumbs up before you guys leave. All right, everyone, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.